Hello and welcome to my craft room. Well, it's Saturday morning, it's the 24th of May as I'm recording this. I've got the Sainsbury's delivery arriving any minute, and normally I should be doing my Saturday morning chores like cleaning the kitchen and stuff, but the postman's just been and my June stitch kit craft of the month box has arrived. I cannot wait until later. I'm going to have to open it now. It's very, very heavy. The boxes are always this size and they're always stuffed full. But they're not usually this heavy. I'm absolutely intrigued to find out what's in here. There are some changes with the box this month, which I'll tell you about in a bit. And some changes on the website, which I think will make things a bit simpler for us and a bit more flexible. As if they weren't flexible enough already. But the most exciting thing is to get inside and find out what this is about, and then I'll tell you all about it later on. Some people I know pre-order this box, so they'll be getting it around the time that this video goes out. If you want to do that, I'll tell you all about that later on as well. Rip strip, get my address out of the way, and then we'll have a look inside. I'm so excited. At this point, I'm always a mixture of excited and a bit trepidatious to find out what they've got me in store for me this month. Oh, I'm opening it upside down. Good job I realised before I actually opened it. Clunk, clunk. What on earth can be in here? Because they're all needlecraft, so. Right, let's go to the desk and find out what's inside. I'll pull the camera out a bit more so that you can see everything. It's a big box. So this is the box. It's always beautifully packaged. It's a lovely thing to get for yourself. It's a lovely gift idea as well, actually. I'm just absolutely intrigued. Now this will probably have a clue about what's inside, and I don't know if I want to look yet. Let's have a peek first. Just a little peek first before we look. The tissue they use is such lovely quality. I always keep it and reuse it. Well, I keep all tissue. Some of it I use for collage, but this is good enough for wrapping. Oh, wow! It's macrame, and it's either one big humdinger project, or I've got a choice of projects and a lovely book to go with it. Do you know, I haven't done macrame for ages. It's something that I do love to do, and you can make some really nice gifts with it. Let's have a look. And I don't know if you've got a specific project in mind or if I can just choose whatever I want. It's a nice mixture of colours there. I always like pink and green. And there's some finer cotton there as well. Right, we'll have a proper look at everything that's in there in a minute. Let's see what they're saying. Dear Annie, I hope you're enjoying making your jumper. Well, my jumper is... I've got it handy. No, it's downstairs because I'm working on it. I am enjoying making it, but it's definitely taken me more than a month. It's a beautiful jumper. I'm going to really enjoy wearing it too. I have sent you a standard box priced at $49.50 for a one-off and £45 for a subscription. So that's part of the changes that I'll explain to you in a minute. This is the midpoint. I've sent supplies to complete the projects. Oh, right, they do know she has got certain projects in mind. To complete the projects on pages 54 and 94 of the book. We thought you might like to make a two-coloured table runner, as you love colour, and a dream catcher would look lovely in your craft room. Oh, how nice. Let's get the rest of the things out of the box so I can get the box out of the way, because it's a bit awkward otherwise. It is a really lovely little book. That's my hoop. That'll be for the dream catcher. I guess that's what this other yarn is for, this one. Oh, I'll tell you what, I've been wishing for a little nifty little pair of scissors that's actually still sharp. Tape measure. Yes, always handy. Ta-da! So we've got this 100 gram double knitting cotton. It looks quite fine for double knitting, doesn't it? Lovely, in a kind of nice soft white. We've got, oh, that's heavy. That's why it's so heavy. This stuff is so dense. That's recycled paper. King Cole is the brand. and it's macrame king cotton, 100% recycled. That's nice, I like that. Scan me for a complimentary pattern. So these are 200 gram balls of 3mm recycled cotton. This colour is called Pretty in Pink, and this colour is called Goblin Green. Oh, look. Jumping the gun, I'm jumping the gun. Right, okay, I'm going to take these out. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 of each of those colours. Ah, yarn needle set. Oh, that's good. Oh, I haven't seen them like this before. So instead of having an eye, they've got this kind of loop at the top. So the Maker's Darn, the double N, a set of 3 different size mix. That sounds funny. That are suitable for most knitting projects. They're super smooth aluminium tapestry needles with a large cable eye for easy threading. Easy threading is always a bonus. Suitable for use with a wide range of yarns. Nice little set, nice little set. I'm sure it'll be very useful in this project, and I'm very, very happy to see one of these at the bottom. Because I've had these a couple of times in their kits, but they've gone out with where I've done the projects that I've made as a giveaway, and so and these have gone with them, so I'm very, very happy, and I shall probably keep this one myself. I think they're so cute. These, they also, when they've done prizes, they've donated prizes for our giveaways, and they've put them, they put the prizes in one of these bags as well, and I love them because it's like a tote bag. You just hold it like a tote bag, but you can put on the drawstrings, and then the drawstrings become the handles, and you can wear it like a little backpack. Such a useful little thing. I will use that a lot. This one's mine, as Davina McCall seems to be saying on the adverts now. Get your own. This one's mine. And finally, my favourite bit. Stitch Kit Love Heart Sweeties. But I'm going to put this box out the way now. This box is so lovely and sturdy. They would make really nice storage for things. I might see what I can do about perhaps decorating some up and using them to store different colour fabrics or something like that, because they can stack up fine as well. Okay, so let's see what we've got. We've got the gorgeous Stitch Kit bag. We've got 8 balls of wool in the pink and green. We've got this one in the double knitting. So this is 3mm, this is double knitting, right? We've got the handy tape measure, little pair of scissors, a metal hoop from a dream catcher, and the book. So let's have a better look at the book now. It's a nice book, feels lovely. Always have to sniff a new book. Oh, love that smell. I love the smell of old books as well, actually. Okay, so this is by Claire Gelder. Tells you all about all the essentials, teaches you all the basic knots, so I'll have a really good go at that. 2 or 3 videos on this month, I think. So this is the Dreamcatcher, 54 and 94. So the silver level project is Dreamcatcher. There's a bronze level project, plant pot hanger. Well, I've made one of those before. Then there's some other knots to learn, and then you can go on to gold level projects. There's a wall hanging, a table runner, and a bonus level project, friendship bracelets. Might be a good way to use up any leftovers. They look like hand-drawn diagrams. You don't see that so often these days, do you? But yep, nice and clear. Don't envisage any problems with that. So let's have a look at 54. Let's make a dream catcher. So they use, yeah, this is the double knitting. Nice, that'll be nice in my craft room, won't it? And then it's 94, the table runner. Let's have a look at that. Let's make a table runner. Oh, nice. Uses a repeating pattern. Once you've mastered the pattern, you can easily adjust to make the runner fit your requirements. I think this would be nice to put on the outside table when we have parties outside. Yeah, I quite like it in the plain as well. Yeah, it looks nice. I love macrame shopping bags as well. Okay, it's going to be quite a challenge. I think it's a challenge I will enjoy. It's a really nice book. I need to tell you about the changes and things, and how all of this works if you haven't seen it before. First thing I'm going to do, that I always do, is go off and roughly price all of this up. I've always said I don't necessarily value a subscription box like this by the individual costs of each item. There is an intrinsic value in having that box curated for you, packed up beautifully and sent to you every month. Having said that, these have always, every single time, been such good value. I am not, they do send me the box, but I am not paid to say any of this. They don't, there's no, I don't get a commission on anything, so I don't want anybody thinking that. I just think their service is fantastic. I don't know anyone else that does completely bespoke boxes like this, and the value is just every time just been extremely good value and really thoughtfully put together. So, and I wouldn't sit here and say that otherwise, so I don't want anybody thinking I'm being paid to say this. Especially now, because I was very excited to see they've now used my little logo on the Craft of the Month box bit on their website, which is just really exciting for me. But it doesn't mean that it's really anything to do with me, other than they send me a box every month to try out and tell you about. If I thought it was awful, I would say so. I'd hate it, but I'd say so. Anyway, so I'm gonna stop filming a minute and just quickly tot this lot up, because that's what I always do. And then I'll tell you about the changes, how you can get a box customised to suit you, and the different price points and things. We'll have a quick look at the website, because they've changed how they do it. I think it'll be much more straightforward, but it is different. Okay, so I've had a good old tot up. I've made some notes. Had a look first for the macrame cord, yarn, whatever you want to call it. I love that it's 100% recycled. I've only just noticed that the kit bag is recycled cotton as well. It's brilliant, isn't it? I love that. And as you can see, distinct lack of any plastic packaging or anything. Nothing that I can't recycle or reuse here, including the box and the tissue. Absolutely excellent value. So bearing in mind that, what did you say this kit would be? So if I'd have had this as a subscription, this would have been a £45 standard box. As a one-off box is £49.50. So, as always, when you look at the price of things like these yarns and things, you get a huge variety of prices. I tend to look, I Google it first, I have a look on Amazon, I see what are the cheapest, what are the most expensive, and tend to take a mid-range. So I should have been a doctor with this handwriting, eh? The prices for these varied from, they varied a lot, from one or two places offering them as cheap as £5.50 each. Some places more than 10 quid. The recommended price, I think, was £7.20 or something. So if we take a midpoint and call it £6 a roll, so we've got 2, 4, 6, 8 at £6. So that's already paid for the box pretty much, hasn't it? So that's 48. And then this one, the recommended price was £7.20. Well, even again, if you shopped around and got it cheaper, let's call that another £6. That's 54, isn't it? 54. I literally can't read my own writing now. The kit bag, very difficult to price that. But I think a conservative estimate, I'm going to call it £3.50. The ring, let's call it £1. Scissors, very difficult to price exactly. They're nice soft grip ones, they seem to be nice quality. I couldn't find exactly these, but taking a sort of rough average of what I did find, I'm going to call them a £5. The tape, tape measure, I'm going to call that a couple of quid. A nice flexible retractable tape measure. 50, 65, we're on 65.50 now. Sweeties are just a gift, aren't they? The needles, I'm going to call them £3. So now we're on 68.50. And the book, of course. Now, I looked on Amazon, I couldn't see the book. I could only see one listing for the book, actually. I couldn't see it any cheaper than the $9.99 that's listed on the back, unless you got it as a Kindle version, which case it was about £5. So I'm gonna, it's nice to have the hardback version, I think, for this. It's nice that it's dinky too. It's called a pocket book of macrame, and it's nice that it will go in my project bag. I'll probably put the whole thing in the kit bag if it'll fit. Let's get the pen out of the way a minute. And I've had a better little look at this book. It's lovely. It's basically going to be a whole course in macrame with projects along the way to try out what you've done. Yeah, I love it. It's a really nice, comprehensive, everything I need to know. Lots and lots of tips and techniques along the way. Yeah, I think it'd be really inspiring. And in the course of looking up about the book and everything, I saw lots of pictures that kind of made me think, oh, this is going to be fun. I may even, if I decide that I'm either too daunted to do something as big as a table runner, or I want something that I can fit on camera so I can share it on here, or I just want something I might sort of use a bit more often, use every day even, I could do something like make some macrame totes using all the stitches that I've learned in the book. You know, you haven't got to do what's laid out in the box if you don't want to. If I decide I'd perhaps get more use out of making some totes, I might decide to do that. I'll see how I go. I think I'll probably make the Dreamcatcher first. So altogether, I haven't added the book on. Altogether, including the book, that's going to be at my rough estimate. And as I say, I've erred on the side of, I've sort of gone midway where there's a variety of prices. £78.50. So you can see you get really good value. Oh, and one thing to bear in mind, I'm going to come up here now. One thing to bear in mind is that if you get one of these Craft of the Month boxes, you won't necessarily get exactly what I've got. The whole point of these boxes is that each one is made up for the individual customer. I don't know any other company that does this. When you order, you fill in a questionnaire to let them know what all your preferences are. If you don't want a Craft of the Month box, you can still get a one-off box and completely, you know, you could just specify that you just want a knitting or crochet or patchwork box. And when you fill in your questionnaire, you can tell them what your skill levels are, whether or not you want the tools that go with the craft that you like. You might already have lots of tools. You might say, don't send me any knitting needles. Got plenty of those. I'd rather have more yarn instead, or whatever. You can tell them what your skill levels are. You can tell them what colours you like and don't like. You can tell them, you know, you like to make wearable things, or you don't like to make wearable things, or toys, or not. It's extremely flexible and completely bespoke. So yeah, if you don't want to do the Craft of the Month thing, you can choose one of their other options, but we'll talk about that as we go along. I'm taking myself off on a tangent. I've made myself some notes now so that I don't forget what I need to tell you, and we'll have a look at the website as well. I think it's going to be more straightforward now, easier to navigate, and it'll give us even more kind of flexibility. First change is that previously we've had our own a special discount code just for us. We won't need a discount code anymore. Apparently there were some issues with people, I'm just checking I'm recording, yes, with people not being able to use the codes. So what they've done is they've stopped the codes. They've now included the 10% discount in the price that's listed on the website. As you can see, they are already really good value. You've definitely got more than 10% discount there on the contents of this box. And every box I've had has been the same. Every month now, so previously the prices have varied. Every month now, the Craft of the Month box will have 3 different price points. You can choose whichever you like. They wanted to make it so that everybody could have a box no matter what. So you choose the price point to suit you and your pocket, basically. So the price points are going to be, for a one-off Craft of the Month box, are going to be £27.50, £49.50 and £71.50. That already includes a 10% discount, and as you can see, a very good value. However, you can make further savings if you do a monthly subscription. They did this because a lot of us are ordering every month, and there's lots of people pre-ordering every month as well, so they get it at the same time as I'm opening it, and they can craft along, which is really fun. So what they wanted to do was offer an extra discount to those people. So, and you can cancel your subscription at any time. So there's no commitment. So if you're one of those people that's been ordering every month, this is probably a really good option for you. So let me make sure I get this right. So the Craft of the Month box, if you subscribe, you can still choose from the 3 price points, but now they're £25, £45 and £65. So that is a really good saving. So that box I've just opened now would be £45, and I've just added it up to £78.50 at a conservative estimate. So for the subscribers as well, there's a Facebook page. Anybody can I'll put a link to their Facebook page. It's not like a page like a business page. You have to look them up as a normal individual profile, so I found it a bit difficult to find them. So I'll put a link in the description box. But anybody can go on there, and they love to see what you're making and everything. So if you have their monthly subscription box, you have a chance of being entered in the draw every month. So all you have to do is post a picture of your projects that you're making with your boxes. And it doesn't have to be, if you're still catching up on last month's box, that's fine. Post your picture, and all of the pictures that have been shared that month all go in the draw. And if your name comes up, you get a free gift in your next month's box. I think I've said everything I need to say there. Let's have a quick look at the website. So here we go. Here's the Stitch Kit website. You can see you can go to the shop there, and you can choose what we're looking at is Craft of the Month. If you want to choose, if you don't want to be doing the Craft of the Month, there are lots of other options. If you go to subscription kits here, Craft of the Month is one of them, but there are lots of other options. And you can very much get these tailor-made to exactly suit you. You can have a mixed subscription with only crochet and patchwork if you want, or a random selection of all of the options that they offer. Yeah, there's lots of different options there if you don't want to do the Craft of the Month. But we're looking at the Craft of the Month. So I'm going to the shop tab, and I'm clicking on Craft of the Month. Now you can see there are 2 here. You'll know you're looking at the right one because they've put my logo on the front. Now, as I said earlier on, this doesn't mean I'm kind of affiliated or getting paid or getting a commission or anything. I just gave them permission to use my logo so that you know you found the right thing, really. So, and to be fair, I'm quite excited to see my logo on there. I'm like a kid, aren't I? So if we click on that, not on add to cart, I'm just going to click on the picture, and you can see this is what comes up. This is the one-off Craft of the Month box. The one that's automatically landed on is the lowest price point. That's the £27.50, and that's the quick one-off box. If you look down here, this is where it might, I'm just going to explain this because I know the questions will come up. You'll see lots of different little boxes here: quick, standard and luxury. So the one that I've had, the one-off Craft of the Month box, is standard. If that's what you wanted, you would click on here. Bear in mind, that doesn't mean you'll get exactly what I've got in my box, because they will build their box to suit you. If you do want exactly what I've got in my box, or exactly but different colours, you can let them know that. You need to make sure after you've when you come to do your questionnaire to tell them your preferences, there's a free text box there, so you can tell them whatever you like in there. They're really helpful. You can always email them as well and ask them questions. Anyway, so that's the standard box if you buy it as a one-off, and that's the one that I've got there. You can also go for a luxury box. You might decide to go for the quick option because you just want a small project. It's not only about budget but also about preferences. If you haven't got so much time to spend, then go for the quick option. There's also then the luxury option, which is £71.50. That would be a real treat. What a lovely gift that would make for someone, eh? So you'd be able to, this is where you would go if you want to order the June macrame box as a one-off. You can also go here to pre-order next month's one-off box. So if you go pre-order, and you've got the same price options: pre-order quick, pre-order standard and pre-order luxury, and you can see the prices changing as you go. Once you go to checkout and complete your purchase, then you need to make sure that you fill in the questionnaire. There'll be a link to the questionnaire down here. So that's if you just want to go for a one-off box. There's also you can also get one-off boxes in any of their other. If you go to the shop and click one-off boxes, there are all of these other one-off boxes. So these are, yeah, we had a one-off sock box as well. So here's the embroidery box that we did not last month, the month before. Yeah, and here's the granny square one, and there are lots of others as well. You can choose different themes and needle crafts and price points, and yeah, there's just loads here. So they have a huge range of yarns and threads and fabrics and books and patterns, and yeah, it's endless. One day I'm going to go visit them. Anyway, so let's go back to craft of the month. So if you want to make that extra saving, if you're ordering every month anyway, you might as well, because you're not committed, you can cancel your subscription at any time. Just kind of give them 7 days warning. I think they said 7 days warning, because I did check with them just to make sure the payment hasn't gone through. But yeah, you're not committed. Here's the subscription box, and again you choose quick project, standard project or luxury project. So quick project is £25, standard project is £45, and luxury is £65. And then you can see here is a link to the survey at the bottom that you fill in. So you know, when you order, make sure you complete this survey. Let's click on that and see if we can have a look at it. So here we go. Just a name and email, whether it's a gift. And then if it is a gift, you fill in their details, and here you fill in all about your crafting preferences, and it just says leave blank any that you've not subscribed to. So if you were just, you know, wanting amigurumi and crochet, you would only fill in these, you just leave the rest. So with amigurumi, don't want to receive it, never tried, complete beginner, intermediate or advanced, and they will pick according to that. And I guess it's the same on each one. How old are you? Because they do kits for kids as well. Who do you craft for? So like for me, it's just, you know, I would say I don't craft for kids because I don't have any kids to craft for. What colours do you like? What colours do you dislike? Equally important. And if you do craft for people, here's where you can fill in sizes and things. What kind of items do you like to make? Do you require equipment such as knitting needles and crochet hooks and things? So yeah, like I said earlier, if you're someone who's already got loads of that stuff, you don't want more of them. You'd rather have more of the yarn, wouldn't you, if you know, in that case. So you can let them know that. Any other specifications? So this is where, so they're saying e.g. wool allergy, first time crafter, do you like certain brands, blah blah blah. Lots of different disguise packaging. It's a gift. Also disguise packaging if you want to sneak it into the house. Is this a gift that you'd like a personalised message included? And where did you hear about us? I don't see a free text box. I thought there used to be one there, but I would say that is where, in this any other specifications box, you can put whatever you like in there. Really anything that doesn't fit anywhere else, just a message to them. You can also email them. They're really helpful. So I hope I've kind of explained all that okay. I've only learned about the change this week. It sounds like a really good thing to me. It's kind of made it much more simple. It's going to be the same every month, and we haven't got to fiddle about with the discount code because it's already included. I would say if you are someone that's buying these every month, you'd be mad not to do it as a subscription and get that extra saving, because you're not committed. You can just opt out of the subscription at any time. So having said that, you know, they're excellent value anyway. So try a one-off box, see what you think. Yeah, I have got a lot to get into here. I think I've got leftovers of a couple of balls that where I've done a macrame project before, that I can practice some of these knots and things. So I think I'm going to be working my way through the book, trying the knots and stuff. I might do a video on that. Then I'll try the dream catcher, and by that stage I'll have decided if I really do want to tackle something as big as a table runner, or if I might not rather do the amount I'll use for the table runner, I'll at least get a couple of totes out of. And I quite fancy the idea of trying 2 colours together. I guess you'd run the colours that way when you're not on the individual lengths. But yeah, I'll assess that as I start working through the book. I'm really looking forward to it. I feel like I'm going to be on a macrame course for the next upcoming month or couple of months maybe. Yeah, really excited about it. I'm going to see if it will all fit into that kit bag now. That'd be quite nice. This has been a bit longer than I intended it to be, because there was quite a lot to tell you. If I haven't explained anything properly, please do give me a shout in the comments, or as I say, email. There's a contact thing on their website. Just email Kirsty and Rachel, and they're really helpful. I'll leave a link to their Facebook page as well. So if you're making projects and you're not showing them yet, pop them on the Facebook page, because I know they love to see, and also you might get a chance of winning one of those little free gifts in your next box. We'll see how I get on. I first did a bit of macrame back in the 70s. I went to evening classes. We didn't have YouTube then, of course. You had to learn from a book. You had to go to the library and get a book out and teach yourself, or if you wanted to learn something that it's easier to see kind of in person, you had to go to evening classes or day classes and stuff. So yeah, I remember doing it first in the 70s, and I love that it's come back round again, and it's got this kind of modern interpretation of it now. I'm looking forward to it. Okay, I will stop waffling on now. I've got this niggling feeling there's something else I should be saying. No, if there is, it's too bad, it's gone. I'll be back again soon anyway. Thank you very much for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed that little peek, and I'll see you again really soon. Bye.